Did you hear that the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences canceled its Oscar luncheon and is donating the $250,000 that was allocated for the luncheon to go to fire relief?
That's good. A lunch should never cost that much money.
It's more than just a lunch.
Don't care.
Hey, welcome back to our Stupid Acts of Corbin.
I was going to say, what are you complaining about? That's our monthly budget for cocaine.
That's true. But cocaine,
That's true.
Lunch.
If I have to lunch or cocaine,
I mean, sometimes cocaine is my lunch.
most times.
Just ask
I'm Rick.
Gowan
He's
Johar.
Corbin. We're here. You're Juicy. Stupid babies dripping in the love of cinema and all things Indian. Jai Hind. How's the Josh?
What are you talking about?
And do not, I repeat, do not stick hajmola in your butt. Bad idea.
Today we have a video from
That and ginger.
what?
Don't put ginger in your hiney.
Why?
Burns. You ever rubbed it on your pee-pee? I was trying so hard.
You say
I was trying so I wanted to laugh. Oh, I was trying so hard to get through that without. Anyway. Yeah! Woo!
you say weird things sometimes.
I do. My goal is to have them spit chai out of their nose, or if they're in West Bengal, cha.
Can you spit eyes out of rolling your eyes?
What? Can you spit eyes out of rolling your eyes?
Yes.
I don't know what that
Today
means.
we got a video from Tried and Refused Productions.
Oh, yeah.
YouTuber, fantastic YouTuber, does a lot of great videos. But this is 25 most anticipated and hyped Indian movies of 2025. I think it would
Rock and
also
roll.
help us figure out what is coming out this year.
Yeah, we don't know, really.
Outside of Jailer 2 and I'm pretty sure Toxic comes out this year.
Yeah.
I think Amir has one coming out later this year.
Yeah.
I don't think. Does SRK have anything coming out this year?
There's
I
the
don't know.
Shahid film with Kubra.
Oh, yeah,
and,
that's
yep.
at the end of the month.
Yep.
So that's exciting. And so I just wanted to kind of, and this is obviously just his hyped. And I know
Right.
he does every industry. He is a Hindi watcher, but I know he kind of keeps track of everything. So
Yeah.
if there's stuff that he missed, please let us know because I want to know what's coming out this year. And so kind of using this as an excuse to figure it out. Here we go.
With the year almost wrapping up and all of us getting an idea of the lineup next year, I thought we could discuss
Oh, yeah,
movies
that's
we are most
finally.
excited to watch next year.
Didn't
I
we
think
get
with
a
gap
first
of
look at
year
that in
or two,
January
there
of
are those
24?
Huge blockbuster years where we get one massive box office grosser after the other, like Bollywood experienced in 2023. This year has been very underwhelming for Hindi cinema, with many anticipated projects missing the mark from a quality standpoint. Of course, with some exceptions. But I think if I were to gauge a variety of genres, many which were commercially successful, then Tamil cinema, and I think the winner of 2024, at least when it comes to the quality, is Malayalam cinema. We will dive deeper when we do our best
Tamil
and
and
worst
Malayalam
lists
were
at the
right
end
there.
of the year, but let's get to the movies
Yeah.
that have us terribly excited, slightly worried, and more importantly, hyped. This is not a list of movies that I presume will be blockbusters because no one can predict that, not
I
even your
can.
geriatric trusted trade analysts. So let's just
Geriatric
talk about the
trusted trade
movies
analyst.
that have a lot of hype surrounding it.
That's Rick.
And all we can do is have our fingers crossed.
Oh, I can have my
hoping
fingers other
and
places.
praying that they deliver.
And
You
who?
also do let me know in the comments below which movie
Not
are
him.
you most excited for. So here is Tried and Refused Productions with 25 most anticipated and hyped Indian movies of 2025. Game changer. I don't know which language
Oh, yeah.
this movie
Yeah,
can
forgot
be
about that.
categorized as,
Yeah.
but I can assume that dependent on its quality, fans of Telugu and Tamil cinema will either claim it to be their own or will try to shift blame to the other language. Officially, they say it's a Telugu film. The marketing run of Game Changer has been far from satisfactory. I mean, a lot of it just shows the lack of evolution with Shankar's filmmaking, still heavily investing in music videos rather than having the same attention to detail or focus on the storytelling. With the debacle that was
we
Indian
know
2,
that in
people
the
are
trailer?
worried that Ramcharan is going to get an extension with the SSR curse and genuinely are hoping for a miracle when it comes to the quality of this film. The early signs are
I
slightly
do love
worrying
his
and the
songs.
template of a tale against corruption just seems dated. Irrespective, a Ramcharan film with a legend like Shankar is definitely going to pique the interest of audiences. at least on the
Is that
first
out?
weekend. And one hopes that
I
it
don't
isn't
think so.
anywhere close to the train wreck that was
Is it?
Indian 2. Sitare Zameen Par.
Yeah, there you go.
2024 having
The
no
sequel.
Hindi releases featuring the Khans, one was expecting to see at least Amir Khan's project Sitare Zameen Par on Christmas. This movie has been delayed to next year and is based on the 2018 Spanish film Champions that deals with a coach who works with differently abled kids.
Oh, I thought
Amir
it was
has
the
been
sequel.
raving about the heartfelt nature of the script
Might be.
and how it celebrates the uniqueness of individuals across the spectrum. Amir's tryst with the movies has not been smooth lately, but I hope and wish that this venture delivers an engaging and emotional ride for viewers. It's a breath of fresh air, while most stars are sticking to the action genre. OG. This is a movie I'm terribly excited for. A movie directed by Sujit post Saho with Pawan Kalyan in the lead role. While the criticism towards Saho and its screenplay is justified, you have to admit that it had some of the most slick action set
Did we see a
pieces.
teaser
With
for
this
OG?
film, you have Sujit transporting us to the 70s and 80s in Mumbai, with Pawan Kalyan in the first promo looking like an absolute
Oh, yeah.
badass.
I think we saw that.
While we know very little about the plot, we know that Imran Hashmi has been roped in as
hell
the
yeah.
antagonist, marking his Telugu debut. I have a personal anecdote to share about this film and the making of it, and I think it's best to reveal it when it's closer to its release and you get to see the trailer. But I think Sujit may finally get his commercial cinema due with this film. Idli Kadai. I have mixed feelings about Dhanush as a
Idli
director
Kadai.
because I wasn't really a fan of how Ryan eventually shaped up. He produces the same sentiment I
Wild.
have towards Ajay Devgan as a director. Some great ideas, some slick and exceptional sequences, but the screenplay is somewhat faltering in the process. One of my
Disagree.
favorite films, however, in recent years was Tiruchitra Balam with
Agreed.
Dhanush sharing screen space with Nitya Menon, and he is collaborating with her again in his directorial venture Idli Kadai, which releases next
Awesome.
year. GV Prakash Kumar has been roped in for the music.
Hell yeah.
By
and
the way,
he's
when he's
slowly
saying next
becoming
year,
one of my
he's talking
favorite
about
music
2025. He
composers,
did this in
making me
2024.
excited about this film and how it shapes up. Raja Saab. Horror, especially horror comedies, seem to be the name of the game when it comes to having a huge ROI for projects in Indian cinema. While Prabhas has been featuring in a variety of genres post Bahubali, they have been on massive scales. Raja Saab is supposed to be one of his less ambitious but entertaining projects. Just on a mere 250 to 300 crore budget. We will see Prabhas in this romantic horror comedy of sorts, which people are
Prabhas.
presuming is a haunted mansion story. I don't know whether the film is adapted from something or a remake, but they really have to do a better job at the film posters because they literally look AI generated or
Prabhas?
fan made.
Yeah.
Irrespective, anything
look
better
like
than the Aranmanai series is welcome. So I'm curious about how
Well,
this
that's
shapes
exciting.
up. Jolly LLB 3. This project, I genuinely believe, will be Akshay Kumar's return to box office success. Having had a miserable time at the movies, especially commercially, we saw a glimpse of Akshay's comedic prowess in a movie like Khel Khel Mein. Even though the film did not fare well with the 3-2 wave, one finally got the Akshay Kumar we love to see on the big screen. With the comic timing of not only Akshay Kumar
I've
and
heard about
Arshad
that
Varsi,
series,
but
the
Saurabh
JJLB,
Shukla at play,
yeah.
with the third
need
installment
to
of
watch
Jolly LLB, I am sure this film is going to be an absolutely hilarious ride in theatres. You can't really mess such a collaboration up, and I'm excited for the same. Vidda Muyarchi. While I've only explored a few films of Ajit, the ones that especially people rave about, including the likes of Mangatha, Billa, and an old one like Wali, I would love some suggestions of the best Ajit Kumar films, but I found the teaser of
Such
his
an
upcoming
interesting-
film,
his
Vidda
background is a little
Muyarchi, to
weird.
be so engaging.
He's got a
This
box
seems
in
like
the
an
back on the
adaptation of
floor
the
by his
Hollywood film
backpack.
Breakdown.
Gotta film
with
whenever you can.
cinematography by Om Prakash and Nirav Shah and background score composed by Anirudh fits so well for an engaging survival thriller. My pet peeve comes with most of the action featuring stars not having an understated quality, but this seems to fit the bill of what can really turn into a grounded and a no-nonsense thriller. Sikandar. Oh, how I wish Salman Khan has a phenomenal comeback.
He's
I
going
say
back to his
comeback
bodybuilding
because Tiger
years.
3
Gotta
was
love
it. Yeah.
underwhelming for the hype Tiger should have in the YRF spy universe, and what the audience craves for with the Salman Khan film is for him to have the same passion, energy, and enthusiasm on screen that led to his comeback with a project like Wanted. A genuine want to entertain the audience versus sleepwalking through a role and assuming that it will be celebrated irrespective.
That
I
facial
hope
hair is
A.R.
a choice.
Murugadas can channelize the same because Sajid Nadiadwala really extracted a gem from Salman in Kick. I literally reminisce about the energy Salman had during the promotions of that film, and I wish and hope we can get a glimpse of the same with Sikandar. What's important with this film is that they have to nail the antagonist because Salman
I'll nail
needs
the
a worthy
antagonist.
opponent. Coolie, one of my favorite creators from Tamil cinema, is undoubtedly
Yep.
Lokesh Kanagraj,
Lokesh
who
and,
always delivers in at
Superstar,
least
right?
providing us a spectacle and something unique. You can see the DC influence in his films where his characters are dark, brooding and aching with vengeance. While Leo did not really turn out to be, well, the knockout we all wished for, him joining hands with Rajinikanth for his next project,
fuck him
Coolie,
up.
has everyone extremely curious. You've got the likes of Nagarjuna, Upendra and Sobin Shahir joining the party, really making it the pan-Indian project one dreams of.
It's gonna be another
but
year.
will it
Telugu
deliver?
is what it's gonna be.
I guess we will have to wait.
Told you, that's
and
what I'm
find
pulling
out.
for.
Ghati.
The dark horse.
I think
Tamil
Anushka
is what I
Shetty
meant.
has such
I know.
immense screen
It's the
presence
fourth
that should be
Telugu, though,
nationally
in his
known. While
list
most
here.
of India saw it in a movie like Bahubali, when you see the sheer intensity she brings to roles like
She does bring
Arundhati
intensity.
and Bhagmati, you really think that more filmmakers should tap into the same. I was absolutely engaged when her recent teaser dropped for her upcoming film Ghati, directed by Krish, a film in which her character presumably finds herself embroiled in the drug trade, leading to a violent path of bloodshed, making me excited
great eyes.
about her badass presentation and how the storyline will shape up. Love and War. A Sanjay Leela Bansali
yeah.
project is bound to leave a lot of excitement amongst audiences, for he guarantees a spectacle and a movie watching experience meant for the big screen. The film featuring Ranbir Kapoor, Alia Bhatt and Vicky Kaushal is presumably going to explore a lot of toxic elements of relationships, so you best be assured that the commentary on this film is going to carry on for weeks after its release. I don't know what specifically this will explore, but the talent involved in the project makes me really
Christmas?
excited and slightly worried to what brings Ranbir Kapoor to reunite with Bansali after so many years. Hit 3. I absolutely love the varied choices that Nani has been making in his career, almost as if he's doing a back and forth between what is clearly for commercial notoriety and what is for his creative satisfaction. And I think he pushes to somehow create a marriage between the two with all of his projects. With Hit 3 coming next year, I remember people screaming in the theater when he featured in the climax of the second installment, making one really curious
that's
because
Sanjay
his
Leela
character seems
involved in some way?
ruthless in his ways.
Must
I
be
mean, he was
producing.
literally described that way in his entry. I wonder what the thriller has in store from the storyline POV. And I will be seated in the theater because I have learned from experience you don't miss a Nani film whenever it releases. Surya 44. It's been slightly rough for Surya in 2024, reflecting on the performance of his previous film Kanguva, which turned out to become a commercial disaster, and how it was in sharp contrast to the sheer effort he was showcasing on the big screen with his character. While so many people sniffed out the same with Siva's association with the project, Surya is going to collaborate with one of the most exciting directors from Tamil cinema, Karthik Subbaraj, and in the small glimpse, looks
yeah,
like
we
an
saw that.
absolute badass.
I remember
we
that.
I think
liked
this
that a
will
lot.
genuinely mark his commercial return because Karthik is the perfect director to do an intense action film with. I hope this is an absolute banger
Yeah, that was
in
a good,
2025.
kinda teaser
The Ranveer Aditya Dhar project. Another actor who has had a rough run at the movies is Ranveer Singh, barring Rocky or Rani. The streak at the movies post the pandemic has led to underwhelming results, and
Great
with
film.
multiple
Not that
projects that have gone in limbo, including the likes of Dawn 3 indefinitely getting postponed, the Prashant Verma project getting cancelled, Shaktiman not taking off, and so much more, Ranveer is finally going to star in the Aditya Dhar spy espionage project, which I can assure you is technically top notch. I just hope the film gets completed, it doesn't go through budget issues because I can't go
cast.
through another Ranveer project being in limbo. My man needs a smooth release for God's sake, and I hope this one reaches the finish line. Talapati 69. This has me extremely worried because the last trip to the cinema hall for a Talapati Vijay film cannot be a remake. Rumors have been afloat that Vijay's last movie with H. Vinod is going to be a remake of the Telugu film Bhagwan Kesari, featuring Balaya. If that really is the case, then it's extremely underwhelming because most fans would want Vijay to leave with a bang. Irrespective of what the film is, you know the hype is going to be unprecedented to see Vijay one last time on the big screen. I hope, seeing the feedback and uproar on social media, they actually think about taking a completely fresh story. Alpha. One of the most engaging web series in recent years was when The Railway Men dropped on Netflix and showcased an extremely engaging
What a
screenplay
cast.
with brilliant performances by the ensemble cast. The 2025 film Alpha, starring Alia Bhatt and Sharvari, will be directed by the Railway Men director Shiv Ravel and will be an addition to the YRF spy universe with the women taking charge this
Nice.
time. I hear rumors that Ritik S. Kabir is going to feature as a mentor in the film, and I have my fingers crossed about this ambitious but risky project. We get engaging action films with female leads few and far between, so when there is faith given by a producer like Aditya Chopra, you better deliver a banger. Another Hindi film actor who seems to be in limbo of sorts since his last celebrated film Shershaah is Siddharth Malhotra. Somehow filmmakers have not been able to categorize him in a particular genre. While Siddharth is presentable, yes, his lack of range as an actor has always been a deterrent to see him soar. However, what seems to be a masterstroke is his next collaboration with Balaji and TVF. Described as a folk thriller, the film's first look had everyone really curious. With the message, Chetavni, Suryast ke baad jungle mein pravesh varjit hai, has people hopeful that this can really be an interesting project
definitely has me
that may
hopeful.
turn out to be a dark
Whatever he
horse
said.
in 2025. Chava. I was really excited for this film when it was
That's-
announced that we will
Vicky,
get to see
what
it in
happened to
December on the big screen. Vicky Kaushal looking like an absolute menace
Yeah,
as
what did happen to
Sambhaji,
that?
the second Chhatrapati of the Maratha Empire. The film, directed by Lakshman Utekar and produced by Maddock, showcases Vicky with brute strength
looked awesome.
annihilating
Yeah, it was a
the
great
Mughal
trailer.
army when surrounded by them in every frame. The film also showcases an unrecognizable Akshay Khanna as Aurangzeb, making me even more excited about this project
Akshay Khanna?
and the clash between these empires, which involves politics, deceit, warfare, and the context of Indian history that also shaped generations. I'm really hopeful for this to hit it out of the park. Tama. The
What
Maddock
happened to it?
horror universe has undoubtedly become one of the most commercially viable IPs in Hindi cinema, and in 2025, we will see another edition titled Thamma starring Ayushmann Khurrana in the lead role, with him playing a man turned vampire. The film was rumored to be
Nice.
titled at one point of time Vampire of Vijaynagar, which I thought was hilarious and inventive, but I loved what they did with the text and design of its title,
Everything's coming
giving the
late
vibes of a
25, it
Ramsay
looks like.
Brothers vintage horror movie.
Hopefully October.
The director of Munjia, Aditya, is directing the film that also stars Rashmika and apparently Nawazuddin Siddiqui. I hope it's genuinely spooky and not just a generic
He
horror
said
comedy.
Nawazuddin Siddiqui,
Deva.
right?
I will root for this man and always
Yeah.
hope and wish he delivers a solid film irrespective of the genre. Shahid with Farzi really made a banging digital debut, and with Deva, he is working with Malayalam film director Roshan Andrews, responsible for films like Mumbai Police and most recently Salute and Saturday Night. There are rumors that Deva might be a remake of Mumbai Police, but the makers have refuted such claims, stating that it is an original film which will show us Shahid playing a cop, with Pooja Hegde also joining the cast. I literally have no idea what to expect from this film, so I'm just left at a point where I am going to be hopeful that it just delivers. Toxic. Everyone has been waiting in careful anticipation of what will be Yash's next move after the stupendous success of KGF Chapter
that
2,
Mohanlal
and it really
next
caught everyone off guard when it was announced that his next project would be the Geetu Mohandas directed film titled Toxic. Two schools of cinema many people did not envision to cross paths with each other. Yash has done a spectacular job in keeping everything at bay regarding what the film may explore, but it presumably features many actresses, which has not been confirmed or denied, just making me curious on what the bloody hell is this movie about. I can't honestly wait for the film to drop a teaser or trailer soon. Thug Life. While we
Yes.
constantly speak about the sad state of filmmakers who refuse to evolve over a period of time, becoming stale in their presentation and storylines, you have Mani Ratnam, who since the 80s has been consistently making movies and has not lost touch even in the slightest. While filmmakers are going through several delays in making their hugely mounted films a reality, you've got Mani Ratnam, who after Ponniyin Selvan has completed his film titled Thug Life with Kamal Hassan and STR, and we will see what will unfold in this saga in 2025. This is the work ethic most filmmakers should emulate, and I can't wait to see it on the big screen. And if someone were to just take lessons from how to execute an effective movie announcement, just see the title announcement video of this film. It's pure class.
Agreed.
Kantara Chapter 1. Similar to Yash and the anticipation people had on his next move after the massive success of his film, everyone was interested to know Rishabh's next project after Kantara. Not so surprisingly, he is exploring the folklore Kantara to even more depth with his next project. A prequel to the film we massively celebrated. The first look of the film
Cool.
generated several
fun.
questions within me. Will we explore the prologue of the film where he could not find peace and embarked upon a journey to get guidance from Panjuli? Would this be the case of exploring Shiva's father's life before his disappearance? Or would this be a totally
Even
different story
earlier,
that
yeah.
explores the deep-rooted history of the Karnataka
I hope
region
it's that.
aims to also shed light on the limitless nature of divine energy
Yeah, I hope
that
it's
is
that.
often dismissed
Yeah.
by historians? Can it be an amalgamation of the known and the unknown? Or could it just be an exploration of the embodiment of Parshuram? Or is it, well, just an embodiment of Panjuli, a wild boar-like figure that was born in the Kalyug, which will essentially be during the time of the Kadamba dynasty? I have so many questions, but I think With the time Rishabh is spending on the
October?
project, it seems like he is leaving no stone unturned in providing us an experience for the big screen. War 2. The amount of excitement and fear I
That
have
was
for
one
this
of the big,
project matches
first
absolutely
big films
nothing.
we saw in theaters.
The amount I want this film to work is unhealthy for me. The amount of faith I have put on Ayan Mukherjee makes me sick to my stomach. And I have literally no personal or monetary stake in this film. This is the anxiety you feel because so much is riding on this. The YRF Spy universe moving forward, two
NTR
huge
and
stars,
Hrithik
Hrithik
dancing
Roshan
together.
and Junior NTR featuring in one project together.
Shut up.
I can't tell you on just the conflicting feelings of pessimism and optimism I have within me. I just want an action extravaganza, a conflict beyond India versus Pakistan, a bloody insane dance-off, and just a paisa vasool
Yes, with those two men.
Please just deliver a knockout.
If you don't
Ayan.
give us a great
I have
dance
faith
number
in
with
you.
those two men, you
Who has written
failed.
the dialogues? Oh, it's Abbas Tayarwala. Okay. Yeah, we're good to go. Lucifer 2. There is a lot riding even
Oh,
on this
yeah.
project for it to be
We need
showered
to
with the
watch Lucifer
pan-Indian
1,
love
yeah.
that Malayalam cinema deserves. Lucifer, directed by Prithvi Raj, went on to become one of the biggest hits from Malayalam cinema, presenting Mohanlal in the pitch and manner in which the star deserves. And just seeing the rough patch the legend has had, Prithvi Raj is the perfect medium through which he delivers a commercial
Prithvi Raj is
blockbuster
directing?
at this point. The
think
first
so.
film offered such a brilliant concoction of familial conflict, political conspiracy, and pure vengeance. I'm so interested to see what will Prithvi Raj explore with Stephen, aka Qureshi, at this point. We just hope it doesn't undergo the sequel curse like so many films that compromise storytelling with the increase in scale. But knowing the amount of time Prithvi Raj has spent on the project, I'm sure he's going to make Malayalam cinema fans proud. And that was a video, guys. Write down
Nice.
in the comments below which
Nice.
A lot of time you put into that.
Yeah, it's a long video.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm sure there's, how many does India make a year? 2,000 films a year,
About
something like
2,000
that.
films a year.
And so those are just the ones he listed.
I predict some of the greatest films of 2025. We haven't even heard about them yet.
Well, I think most of the
That happens every year.
favorite films, they're usually the smaller ones anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
And so that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, Malayali, usually unless it's a Mohanlal or Mammoot's film, releases a teaser a week before the film comes out.
And at the time of him making the video, this all looks really heavy toward the second half of 25 for the release dates for the
yeah.
majority of these things.
Because what you know of are usually the big things.
Except for Salman. Isn't Salman going to release his on Eid? Isn't that his stereotypical
I don't know if it's coming out,
release
but that's
date?
usually his date.
Yeah.
Does SRK not have a movie coming out this year?
Well, he wasn't talked about in this. And he very well may not have a film coming out this year. It might not be till 26.
Taking a little break from his action. Donkey in 2023.
He's filming King, which, depending upon when they finish that and how long post is going to take, they could, if they're filming now, they could easily do a release of that at the second half of the year.
Filming King is with Siddharth. Is that
Yeah, with Abhishek.
Sujoy is the... Oh. Wasn't this the one that Sujoy was directing?
Was it? Because he wrote it and then he handed off the directing.
Abhishek. Oh, yeah, because I thought he was doing one with Sujoy this year.
Maybe this is it.
I thought he was directing Sujoy. Huh. And then he has a Farah Khan, which is, I believe, the Om Shanti Om director. And is that Samantha? Samantha? Rajkumar Hirani. Okay. Looks like King might get it this year, but maybe not. So we might not have a...
There's a few other people I'm wondering that weren't talked about in this at all. That I'm wondering if they have films coming out.
Who?
Fafa,
No, he does.
Vijay Sarapati.
Oh, yeah, he has films.
I know, but they weren't.
Yeah. I mean, it's a 20-minute thing, and
Yeah,
can't talk about all of them.
can't talk about all of them.
And I feel like most of the time, all the stuff in these style of videos are, bigger films. 'cause
Bigger films.
Those are the only ones that people know about.
The ones that have the potential for blockbuster
Yeah.
potential.
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously. Of the 100 films we saw last year, I mean, how many were new? 40?
Yep.
Around there?
Yeah, About 40.
40 new ones.
So almost half the films we watched last year were releases of last year.
But I also feel like there were a lot that were from the previous year, so they kind of felt newish as well. So anyways, good video as always. He's a fun content creator.
And very articulate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know what films you're excited for. What should be the films that we should be excited for? Dev is, I guess, the next upcoming one that we know of. And anything else we need to know down below.
Juice!